Hi, my name is Daisy Dalton, and today I'm going to be taking you through a 15-minute slow flow to release tight hips and glutes. If you have a yoga mat, you can roll it out, and if you don't have a yoga mat, that's completely fine. You can do this on your carpet, on a rug, on a blanket, on a towel, just anywhere that is flat in your space, and put on some comfy, cozy clothing and let your body know that it's time to relax and enjoy the next 15 minutes. So we're going to start this sequence lying down. And just taking a moment here to let your body relax, focusing on your spine, every vertebrae touching the floor. And the first pose that we're going to do is the reclined figure of four pose. So if you take your right foot and place it on top of your left knee, and just take a few breaths here, allowing the right hip to begin to relax. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you're taking your breaths here, just focus on sending the energy of your breath to the area of your hips that feel tight. And imagine that you are creating space. If this is enough for you, you are welcome to stay in this position. But if you'd like to go a little bit further and deepen the stretch, just bring your left knee up and maybe thread your hands through your left thigh to grasp behind your left thigh. This really deepens the stretch on the right hip, so I can really feel it along the back of my glutes, opening up that hip area. So we'll just take a few breaths here. And final breath. Releasing the foot down to the ground. Now, keeping our right foot on our left knee, we're now going to allow our right foot to be pulled by gravity to the left-hand side of us until it meets the floor. Again, focusing that our shoulders do not lift off the ground. And the stretch is still in the right glute, but it should be moving up ever so slightly to more of your side where your hip bone is. See, now I feel it on my top glute. It's not really a glute, it's like your hip. And we hold these poses for a while because it's really important to allow the body to relax through the breath. So when you're in these positions, try to surrender into the feeling, into the sensation, and really focus on slowing down your breathing, which will in turn start to relax your nervous system, relax your body, relax your muscles. And on the inhale, return to center. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Inhale, left foot comes to right knee. We start our reclined figure of four. This might be enough, and if it is, I welcome you to enjoy it, relax, and just stay in this position. Follow what your body wants. But if you do want to deepen it, just inhale, clasping your hands behind your thigh. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Now, letting our right foot come back to the ground, we're going to open our arms and let our left foot fall down with gravity to the right hand side until it reaches the floor. The stretch of the hip moving upwards towards the side. Breathing in, exhale. Remembering our mind to muscle connection. So when we breathe in, we're breathing into our hip. And when we exhale, we're releasing the tension and relaxing the muscle. Returning to center, we're now going to place our feet, our soles, as if they're going on top of the ceiling. So bringing our knees to our chest wide, so our knees are almost to our shoulders. And your hands can either come to your thighs, your shins, your ankles, or maybe on the outside of your feet. And this is called Happy Baby. And it's a really beautiful stretch for opening the inner thighs and the inner hip. We want to focus here that our shoulders and our neck remain on the ground. So if your shoulders are coming off the ground, just lower your hands onto your ankles maybe. Inhale, sending the energy to our hips. And relaxing into this stretch. We never want to feel any pain in yoga. So if pain begins, you instantly get out gently of the pose. But if there is intensity without pain, we can breathe through the intensity and allow our bodies to feel the sensations and just remind our body that we're safe, we're held, we can come out at any point. Happy Baby can feel quite intense, so yeah, just really check in with your body and make sure that the feeling of intensity is one of sensation and not of pain. A few more deep breaths here. And relaxing our feet back to the ground. Now we're going to come into reclined butterfly. So turn your palms up to the sky for this and put the soles of your feet together and your knees will naturally open. And we'll just take a few deep breaths here in reclined butterfly. If you feel a lot of pull on the inner muscles around the top of the groin, what I would recommend is maybe some cushions to come and support either knee, or you can do that with your hands. So if you see my hands now, I'm just sort of holding at the base where my thighs meet my hips. Just sort of gives you that extra support in case gravity is working a little bit too hard. This is one of my favorite hip opening poses. And again, with every breath, inhaling to the tension in our hips, exhaling to release. Inhale to feel, exhale to release. We're now going to gently push ourselves up to seating. I said seating, I meant sitting. And now we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So with our right knee, leaving our right knee and shin on the mat, swinging our left leg behind us. Lift your hips so that the shin is flat on the mat, and you're coming into pigeon, so your back leg is extended, your hips is over your feet, your hands are on the mat. You want your hips facing forward, so try not to tilt your hips outward or let them come too much to the side. And the stretch now should be in, again, your outer back glutes. If this feels comfortable for you, you can lower onto your elbows just to deepen the stretch ever so slightly. And if this is feeling really intense for you, I would recommend taking a cushion and placing it under your glutes so you can just have a bit of support there. We'll take a few more deep breaths. And then gently sit onto your hip, swing your left leg over, and we're going to do the other side. So right leg comes out, we're placing the shin flat to the mat, we lift our hip up and extend the right leg behind us. Hips are both facing forward. And if you'd like to, elbows come to the ground. Again, maybe the support for a cushion underneath your left glute. Because in yoga, the pose is made to fit the body. The body is not made to fit the pose. So we never want to be in a position that's feeling really uncomfortable. We want to make the position feel comfortable for us. And that's how we create the safe environment to explore yoga and explore our practice. And gradually rolling onto the left hip, crossing our legs. And the next pose we're going to do is frog pose. So frog pose can, again, be a little bit intense, but I'm going to give you some modifications to make sure that it's working for you. So coming onto tabletop, we are going to walk our knees and our feet to the outside of our mat. Lower your elbows down so your chest is closer to the mat. And as we breathe, just allow your knees to slide out to wherever feels comfortable. Stop where you start to feel the stretch and maybe rock your hips back and forward for some fluidity and motion before we find stillness in this pose. Again, a good modification for this one, if it's feeling very intense, is to get a cushion and place it beneath your hip for some support so that gravity is not doing all the work and we get a bit of, we're held a little bit by our cushion. So I can really feel this in my inner thighs. And every time I'm breathing, I'm bringing my breath to that area. And on the exhale, I'm like mindfully relaxing those muscles. If this is feeling really good for you, your chest can come to the ground. Gonna take one more deep breath here. And very gently bringing our feet closer, our knees closer. Come back up to tabletop, and we're gonna end the session with child's pose. So our toes are now touching and our knees come about the width of the mat, or if you don't have a mat, it's just a little bit more than your hip width. Pushing your hips back to sit on your heels, hands come out in front of us, chest lowers to the ground, and we're going to rest in happy baby. This is a beautiful stretch for the back hip area, so just here along the sacrum where the thighs meet the hip sockets, it's just relaxing all those muscles. And this is a resting position in yoga, so if you are ever in a class or in a position that's feeling uncomfortable for you, find yourself in child's pose and just let your nervous system relax. Breathe in, breathe out, and melt into the floor. Coming to tabletop, we're going to come into Sukhasana, easy seated position. Thank you so much for practicing. I hope that your hips feel a little bit more relaxed now and released. The divine light in me bows to the divine light in you. Namaste.